It is essential to document things you do and exchanges because you never know when someone might come back weeks, months, even years later to ask for those decisions or those supporting documents to understand how certain outcome was reached. So while often we have, you base relationships on trust until proven otherwise, and you often have exchanges between folks in meetings or in person, hallways, and so on, over the phone. Whenever there's a major change in the scope of a project or responsibility, whenever you pivot for whatever reason, make sure you document that in writing somehow. Trust me, it will come back in handy. It has worked for me so many times over the years and kind of saved our face in many instances where folks claim that they've never said X, and then you pull up an email from a month or 3 or 7 ago and it clearly says that they've said X. Again, you don't want to be in business of arguing with people and being negative. You always want to collaborate, communicate, and move forward and get stuff done. But should someone ask for that information, do whatever you can to have it documented and prepared and saved. So sometimes when you make a major change and you write it down in your notes and you figure it out, when you get back to your office that day or later that week, send them an email to those people who were attending that meeting and just say, to summarize, here's what we agreed on going forward. And that way it's there. Even if nobody responds to it, you sent it out to them. The fact that they chose not to respond to it and not to correct you for weeks or months implies that they were in agreement. Or they haven't read it at all, and then if somebody chose not to read what you sent, that really isn't your problem and not your responsibility. So do whatever you can to document major changes in projects, processes, and scopes of your responsibilities, and make sure that everyone who's involved in that process is aware of these changes in writing.